spotted out, and already a pretty interesting start to the game.
30 seconds until
instantly trying to invade in there, and I think Link is sticking around. Shyvana probably going to head right up to her own red buff, but look at the ward and trap coverage up in top lane. They've got the one over by the bush, so they're going to see Shyvana when she moves by her Wraith. Nidalee has, Hotshot, he's trapped up everything. No one is getting in, people generally go in the brush to, check and be safe and wait that moment. No one's walking through brush without him knowing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the really important thing to notice is that's going to give him a lot of safety up there early on. Sure, he doesn't have wards in his inventory, but those traps, just look at how many he's laid down. It's really going to keep him safe, like you just said. So it's going to be rough for this. They wrap around the corner. This could be something they're really going to commit to.
Yep, they are instantly going to find Big Fat LP, knock up with the tornado, having to flash over the wall, and now they can try and steal away this blue buff. Makai throwing in a sapling, needs to keep some vision on them. Hotshot is there, but I think they're going to take this away without too much problem. All that's really there is a Hotshot who's going to try and harass Psycho Sid a little, and yep, they're going to smite it away. And I think, now Janna doesn't have her slow, she picked up her tornado, so no chasing, but they actually give it away to Psycho Sid.
Yes, so with Psycho Sid picking that up, that's just going to make him really effective against going up against Nidalee, because you can just keep all-inning her over and over again before she gets the mobility that her ultimate does allow. You can see Psycho Sid even using Equilibrium Strike to last hit up there, just because he knows, hey, I have infinite mana for now. Interesting to give that over, because now it's going to be Chowster in the jungle picking up this red buff, and I'm not sure he can do this. Yeah, oh, he does have Smite still. I thought he had already smoted to get it down that low health, but he's barely able to pick up red buff, and now he's gonna try to do one more camp before going back, but still really rough jungle start here for Chowster.
He's definitely gonna be slowed down a fair bit. I think Shyvana will be fine. Wow, a ton of damage down. That's a double lift. One more spinning axe and he'll finish the job. No, the exhaust went out. Well done by Locodoco to keep him alive. If that exhaust had not happened, that would have been a dead double lift and first blood over. And flash forward by Link. Oh my god, the glitter lance! Oh, that was some phenomenal Lulu play. Any Lulu player. And I know of at least one who I really hope she was watching that, because that was the phenomenal, the little thing about Lulu that when she came out, everyone was like, oh, that'll be kind of cool if you can, line up that extra glitter lance to kill someone. Someone just did it.
It's kind of like the Karthus press R mentality. It's like you put Pix on somebody and you realize, hey, they have like 2 HP and Pix is on them. Wait, I could just press this button, and then you see Link get this grin on his face. He slams the button down on his keyboard, and that's going to result in a kill. First blood going to Link here, as he does play support Lulu, along with Robert X. Lee in the bottom lane for absolute legends. So really exciting to see big plays coming out already.
Yeah, it's definitely good that Link got that. He burned his flash for it, so he definitely got something for that sacrifice. And now Robert X. Lee is far enough ahead, just in terms of farm, in terms of level, in terms of just, the fact that his support is doing better, that he's going to be able to thoroughly abuse double lift. And we see Yoda, he's picked up his red buff, he's picked up his blue buff. His jungle rat is not a problem, but oh my god, the traps.
Oh my goodness, yeah, so that's going to be a little bit unfortunate, but I think that's, as we work on fixing the lineup of the champions down here, I think that it's going to be interesting to see. Psycho Sid, oh wow, getting spotted out by a trap, jumps in there on a Hotshot. It doesn't have his blue buff anymore, so you can see him burning through that mana pool, only has a couple hundred mana left, so it's going to regen, because he is running I think it's 9-14-7 masteries. That's Wings of Death actually popularized, so that's going to be interesting to see. It's going to give him a little bit of extra mana regen. That's going to help him a lot as he continues to go in and try to harass Hotshot, but Hotshot actually doing a really good job up here, able to last hits extremely well, and looks like with Yoda in the bushes, could actually see a lot of aggression coming onto Hotshot, but he's staying in the bush so that he's A, out of vision, and B, gets that extra move speed that's going to help him avoid this gank, and Yoda just really indecisive.
Yeah, I think he did get seen, and Hotshot's, like you said, he's sticking in the bushes, moving in and out, keeping up the extra move speed bonus, so that even if Shyvana chases, Shyvana has no CC, Psycho Sid's going to have to do all the work, and, break the vision, get the move speed bonus. That could easily, make it so that Psycho Sid can't close the gap.
Definitely, and I think that's it's going to be interesting to watch this because both of these top laners have a lot of disengage. You have the stun from Equilibrium Strike. Hotshot actually going to take a little bit of damage here from Psycho Sid, and that is a perfect...
down in bot lane, Doublelift gets almost all in on. I actually thought they were about to finish him there.
Yeah, I think that they possibly could have, but with the sheep on cooldown from Lulu, I don't know. I mean, Link, she's shown that he can pick up the kills earlier on, but actually I was wrong. Zekhan's actually playing mid, and he's going AP Janna here versus Big Fat LP's Orianna. And so you think, well, Orianna, one of the most picked, one of the most played AP mids, at least in the current meta, going up against Janna. So he's running 54 AP, so it's going to get up there really fast, really hard, and it's going to be interesting to see if he can continue to wave clear this out, as Orianna dropping some wards is planning on staying in this mid lane a lot. And I don't know, the move speed is really helpful for Psycho Sid. Top lane, you can see him running at 300 to 81, so he's actually got AD Quinson instead of going for move speed, which you see a lot of Aurelia players run. So interesting to see the interesting innovations here. Hotshot just having a little bit of issues. Psycho Sid just continuing to push him out of lane, not really putting up with that harass, but there's going to be a gank bottom lane if Yoda decides to commit to this.
I don't know if he's gonna. I don't think he will until he can get, you know, good vision, and he's not 6 yet, so he's basically running at Yoda. Actually, the exhaust goes down, instant cleanse out. They do a fair bit of damage to him, but that was flash. Yeah, no, that was just his arcane shift. He arcane shifted away. There's no real way to lock him down until Shyvana has her ultimate to, you know, push him back into the wall, which probably would have resulted in a kill.
Well, he was able to cleanse the exhaust, so you burn cleanse, but you did burn exhaust on the other hand, and cleanse with a lower cooldown is going to make that a favorable trade there for Ezreal. Plus, he was able to arcane shift instead of flashing, so really effective nonetheless. And I think that's now without an AD carry down here, it's just Locodoco left, and you can see Link already starting to push this wave as much as possible. I really think that Robert and Link are just going to shove that wave into the turret and kind of try to back off, maybe actually go back and buy, but you can see Psycho Sid just repeatedly jumping on a Hotshot again and again, but Hotshot not really having anything to do with that, just gonna be completely content, just sit in that lane and farm it out.
Yeah, and Psycho Sid, he was actually body blocking Hotshot spears, and actually goes very aggressive on him, pops out the ignite and the ultimate, and I don't know, he is going to land another blade surge. Didn't think he was going to get that aggressive. Meanwhile, Shyvana and Draven, and they've actually brought Link here, and they're going to go right on to Chowster, doing a ton of damage to him, bring him down to about half health as they try and steal this away. Zekhan is there, so it will be a 4v4. They do take away that red buff, and now the question is, do they want to fight? Actually, Draven going in on the bot lane, but it's Chowster who dives forward with the help of the dissonance from Orianna and the shockwave to pick up a kill. Now they've taken down Yoda. Looking to land another basic attack. Oh, those red buffs. The red buff basic attacks. The Bloodlust isn't going to get him out of trouble as Hotshot comes in from the side. Scumbag Hotshot comes in and steals away that kill. I was positive Doublelift could have gotten that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he could have, but that is going to be something to work on. I mean, Hotshot said, I kind of want to pick this one up, and he's back to top lane in time to get that CS before it hits the turret, so he's going to be able to CS that almost perfectly. Reminds me of an old show called Bobby's World. He had to leave his house, save the world, return in time to do his homework, and Hotshot able to go down to middle lane, KS the kill, and return all the way back to top lane to make sure to pick up all of that CS before it hits the turret. Doublelift, or rather, Big Fat LP actually missing a little bit of CS.
Oh my god, Link going forward is going to get hit by the ultimate. Both ultimates coming out, instant exhaust. Oh, he would have had that. He almost had that.
So close. I mean, Link is just going way too hard in this pain. He was checking out. He got the kill earlier on with the help picks, and that was cool and all. But I think he thought he was a little bit more manly than he actually was. Locodoco deals 1,000,000 damage right now for almost no reason. And Doublelift saying, yeah, you're close, but not close enough, as they were able to completely crush that lane. It's now 4-1 in favor of CLG. And I don't know, Absolute Legends, like you saw in that last game that they, won by a victory of forfeit by a technical knockout, I guess you could say, against Dignitas. They fell so far behind early on, but they were just able to hang on, keep things up by buying 1,000,000 Doran's items, and then still just kind of pull things out to where they were able to pick up a clutch kill with that Psycho Sid auto attack, but unfortunately, just didn't look good for them until they were able to get out of there. Wow, Doublelift actually taking a lot of harassment, forced the arcane shift away from there. Really needs Locodoco in lane to be able to stay up there versus Link and Robert X Lee.
Yeah, and I think that Link wasn't anticipating the fact that Locodoco was 6. I don't think he
Yeah.
thought he was 6. Like, there must have been a moment where he didn't think the ultimate was going to come out, which would have stopped him. And if they'd both been 6, Link might have been able to live if he had ulted himself, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it would have been close either way, but top lane, it looks like we could have a Maokai gank here onto Psycho Sid. He's already blown his ultimate, looking to get as much health as humanly possible. And are they going to dive this? No, they are not. Shasta shoots out a tombstone, doesn't really do anything. Ezreal comes out bottom lane, actually, to try to push this wave off the turret, but Robert and Link are actually pushing in just as hard. They're going to hit the turret with this wave, and could look to put a little bit of extra pressure on there, but still double lift, pretty chunked, but so is Robert X Lee, and it's all about who can deal the most damage, and I feel like with Lulu ult available, that's going to be even more effective than the CC that Loco Doco has. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this. Looks like they're just going to back off.
Yeah, I mean, double lift he hasn't really been landing that many Qs, which thoroughly reduces his damage output, but they must be either looking to back or they're waiting to bait, as Loco Doco is going to walk through their ward. Link is going to go forward, misses the glitter lance. Robert instantly takes a ton of damage to the face, and the ultimate actually comes out, locking him up. The Lulu ult comes out after the whirling death, and now Loco Doco face tanking everything, and the teleport in from Janna to try and keep them off of Robert X Lee.
Yeah, and there was an effective zone there, so Robert gets out alive, but with as much pressure has been applied, and with all of CLG down here, I think they could actually go for that dragon. They would have had to push Shyvana off of it, but it looks like they're just going to go ahead and disengage, and already a huge advantage being sort of manufactured down there in the bottom lane. Double Lift actually doing really well, has Doran's Phage, and is now looking to go back to base, so he's going to get out of there, probably go ahead and pick up either second Doran's Blade or continue on getting his Berserker Greaves, and it does look like his choice is going to be an item that he's not going to buy yet. Oh, there we go, Berserker Greaves. So wasn't totally wrong with that.
Yeah, and now that they seem to have the idea that no one's there, they don't see anyone in the wards. They're gonna try and take away this dragon. Shyvana has her oracles now, so gonna be able to check out all the wards and pushing the gold lead in their favor, even though they're down in kills.
Yeah, and that is going to be the dragon. It's 12:53, so that's going to be up in about 6 minutes. So
look at top lane. Hotshot trying to bait in Psycho Sid. The Equilibrium Strike did land, and they weren't able to follow it up. Now Chaucer, I don't know if I want to be Hotshot right now. That Blade Surge is going to come up soon.
Yeah, and I think that's Blade Surge was an opportunity there, but Hotshot's super low. He's just using Chaucer in there to continue to farm the lane out, and then he's going to go back, or will he?
Twisted advance onto Psycho Sid, knocking him back, slowing him down. They do a fair bit of damage. Not able to follow it up, though. They're getting under tower, and now meanwhile down in bot lane. Robert X Lee getting chunked down to about half, has to burn out those health potions, and that's a non-sustained bot lane for him, so he pretty much has to lifesteal his way back.
Well, yeah, but he does still have 2 HP pots in his inventory, so double lift without any of those, it's actually going to have a little bit more of a rough time, but it does look like they're going to go ahead and take down this red buff. Actually could get this red buff over to double lift, which would give him a huge advantage in that bottom lane. Ionic Spark picked up by Psycho Sid on his Aurelia, and he has Berserker Greaves as well. Oh my goodness, this is the next level Wicked build. He's going to be going for a Last Whisper next, and just going maximum attack speed on Aurelia. I love this build so much because it fixes so many problems with Aurelia not being able to trade with burst damage. Now she just does way more damage than anybody's used to, and a lot of pressure being applied here by CLG on this blue buff here for Absolute Legends. Looks like it's going to be taken without any problems, but a lot of great disengage there from that Janna Tornado.
Yeah, I was like, what just knocked them up and did so much damage? Oh god, it's a fully waiting AP Janna Tornado. Janna still has really good AP ratios, so I would be concerned if I were double lift, because he's still pretty squishy. That's a lot of damage if Janna can knock him up and then knock him around. There's an extra knock up from Link. There's a lot of uncleansable CC on Absolute Legends right now, and double lift trying to make good advantage of his red buff, trying to trade as much as he can with Robert.
And I actually want to point out Zekken's build. He has 2 blasting ones. He's trying to. It's looking like he's trying to build the old school Zanya's ring or something or other. I think that build had a 3 blasting wands, but not quite available anymore. Although you're going to see a Zanya's ring Wooglets here on the Twisted Tree line anytime now. So I'm excited for that, but also excited to see what on earth Zekken's going to build.
Hotshot taking a ton of damage. That Ionic Spark doing its work. Hotshot needs to keep juking Psycho Sid. Puts down the Ignite. Actually starts to do a ton of damage to him as Yoda is coming up from the side. Instant Dragon forms in. Hotshot jumping away because he's just too quick in the bushes. And now Chaucer taking a ton of damage. Actually down in bot lane, we saw the Sona ultimate win out. Robert is taking a ton of damage. One more basic attack will finish the job. The Summoner heal coming out, and now Doublelift has been exhausted, and nobody's going to die in either of these fights.
I feel like maybe the Absolute Legends bottom lane could have gone in there. They just still have Lulu ult available, so I mean, you can have Link dive in and pop Lulu ult for the knock-up, and maybe that would have been enough CC, but still, actually a lot of action in top lane. There's a ward placed in that double Golem's bush as Chaucer comes around. Yoda's still really strong, full health, does have red buff on, but Psycho Sid, just with about 500 HP, needs to be careful up there, as Hotshot's definitely pressing his advantage. Chaucer actually coming in behind the turret. It's going to go on to Yoda.
Yep, the Twisted Advance has gone out. In comes the Shockwave and the Dissonance, picking up the kill for Big Fat LP. And now they can just aggress onto this tower if they want. Down in bot lane, the Whirling Death has come out to try and clear the wave off. And look at Doko getting very, very low. But that red buff on Ezreal, Doublelift is completely pressuring Robert Exley. And the tower going down in top lane. Lots of towers and split pushing for CLG. It's not like this is their common strategy, although they're doing it without teleports.
Yeah, you gotta look at Chaucer. He's actually had to spend a lot of time top lane helping out Hotshot GG, and it's been effective. They've taken the turret, they've given him that advantage, but that hasn't given Maokai the opportunity to help anywhere, well, almost anywhere else on the map. And the really great thing about that is that because you can kind of trust Doublelift to go ahead and win his lane, and that's exactly what he has been doing, and has taken down that turret. So it's already a 3-0 lead with 2 turrets gone in the top lane for CLG, and already looking extremely strong so far. You can see Yoda just forced to kind of clear up the remnants of his jungle because that's not going so well. Zekken goes up and auto attacks Hotshot, so he can't go back. So Scumbag Zekken, so they just kind of push him back, and now he's going to go back up to top lane. He doesn't have a lot of mana, but I don't really need that when you are in Cougar form, so, or Snow Bunny form, I guess, because that's, you know, what he's running as far as the skin's concerned. Going to be able to push this back off of the turret, and does have to worry about Psycho Sid because it actually does a lot of damage. As you saw, Hotshot 1v1 was kind of losing that trade.
Yeah, no, he definitely would not have won that. Just the Ionic Spark damage. I love that item just on a bunch of champions, and I've built the hyper attack speed Aurelia, but mostly in a troll game. I've never been able to do it and make it, you know, highly effective in, you know, any sort of serious matchup. But that's just a ton of damage, and if he builds the Wit's End, that's what, something like 100 extra magic damage or so.
Yeah, definitely, and the Wit's End gives you 42 every time you auto attack. It's the not last Wisp, but I
down
think
in bot lane, I think we're about to see an engagement. Both ultimates have gone out. Robert Exley has been exhausted. Turning on to Loco Doko, trying to finish the job. The ultimate comes out from Robert Exley, but Doublelift is just landing everything, cuts through him like a knife through butter, and picks up the double kill, and Loco Doko tanks everything there. Now up in top lane, Psycho Sid has been ignited, is trying to double jump away. He's trying to just dash around, but he's taking so much tower. The Janus shield comes in, plus the tornado. Are they going to get him out of here? Yoda is coming up from the side. The slow is down onto Chaucer. Now Chaucer has Twisted Advance on a second, but Hotshot is there doing a ton of damage to Janna, and Big Fat LP is here. The Shockwave Dissonance combo comes out. Janna pops her ultimate to try and get them away, and Psycho Sid is hiding in the bushes. But I don't think Zekken is going to make it out of here safely because, again, double lift. Big Fat LP has got a red buff.
Yeah, and so actually red buff went off, but then an excellent tornado actually knocked up Big Fat LP, kept him out of range. Hotshot flashed the tornado to be able to jump in there and get a little bit of extra damage, and then Big Fat LP was able to come in there and finish the kill. In that bottom lane engagement, you actually saw Robert Exley dodge Loco Doko's ult, so Crescendo not actually hitting anyone, but it just did not matter because that forced them to stay in the area, and this could actually be a Baron here for CLG North America. They're going to go ahead and take this one down. Notice a lot of kitty form auto or skill usage is going to help Chowster heal up off of his stat magic, so it's going to help him remain full health, and also, you know, Hotshot taking the turret. Pretty effective.
Has popped his ultimate. A lot of damage on the Hotshot. He's going to dive on him. Doesn't get the kill, but Baron is going to go over to CLG. Psycho Sid taking a ton of damage. Exhaust down on Big Fat. He's going to dive on top of him, try and finish the job, but Big Fat OP is going to pick up that kill. Now Yoda taking a ton of damage. The dissonance, or the shockwave comes out. Now they've locked up Robert X. Lee. They're going to finish him too. And Link, Loco Doco wants some revenge. He's going to slow down Link and keep him there so Double Lift can close the gap. A speed boost coming out. I think Chowster's got the mana for a Twisted Advance. He does. He doesn't have the Arcane Smash, but it doesn't matter because Big Fat OP is going to pick up another kill. And the game just went 13-2. I think CLG have got a little bit of an advantage here.
13-2, you say? Yes, quite effective, and I think the CLG are really doing a good job of it at shoving in their advantage in all of these situations. They know exactly what to do, where to pressure, and now with this Baron buff, they can pretty much do whatever they want. So they're going to go in here on it to this middle turret, and Orianna Shield effectively saving Chowster there. They're just going to go ahead, take it up through the Janna Shield on the turret, and that's one of the interesting things about having an AP Janna on your team. You can go ahead and shield turrets for actually a lot of effective HP with those shields, but Eye of the Storm, effective as it is not really gonna do it here, as like you mentioned, it's 13-2, 5 turrets to 0, and Absolute Legends just not really having any answer for this awesome split pushing that you've seen a couple times out of Absolute Legends. Well, it does look like they're gonna go at least try to pick up the dragon, at least as somewhat of a consolation.
Oh, Hotshot is actually down there. I don't know if he's going to pick any fights. I wouldn't 1v5. He might be strong, but I don't think he's that strong. But he's actually getting aggressive and sneaking up into the brush to keep tabs on them. Oh, the spear misses just by inches onto Janna, and going to force Hotshot to finally back up and be a little less aggressive.
And I think that's forcing them to be less aggressive is possibly an understatement. Oh, Link dodging the spear. Games. They're playing games. And I think that Hotshot doesn't really mind that because he knows that the rest of his team is extremely far ahead. You can see with those ninjas have it. Oh my goodness.
Gonna get caught. Is gonna get slowed down. He's probably gonna be able to jump over the wall, but oh, they do have the Blade Surge. Psycho Sid is gonna close the gap on him. Pops out the ultimate. But meanwhile, up in mid lane, Robert X. Lee just gets brought down trying to land that whirling death onto Hotshot. Oh man, Robert. Why, Robert? Why?
Robert, please stop. I don't know exactly what he's doing, but
Oh,
unfortunately...
Double Lift going very aggressive on the Zedek. Is going to get pushed back into the wall. The Orianna ultimate comes out, finishes the job, forcing Yoda to ult away. And, oh man. Big Fat OP just did such a great roaming and just snuck a bunch of kills in the mid game.
Well, good guy Psycho hid once again the hero that Absolute Legends needs. It'll take down the first turret of the game, but meanwhile, oh wait, your base. Loco Doco missing his second crescendo of the game, and not really hitting Yoda there. I mean, it would have been cool. I still think he would have been able to get away.
Link is going to get Twisted Advance on Chowster, knocks him back, and Loco Doco picks up that revenge kill. Meanwhile, down in bot lane, Psycho Sid is going to duel down Hotshot. Can they defend the base? I don't think they will. Oh, a nice flash away from Robert is going to keep him alive, but the rest of the base is falling, and meanwhile, Psycho Sid, I think he's backing. He's basically just sort of chilling there, and I think this is about to be GG. CLG has just slowly stopped this down. Twisted Advance onto Janna, just burning through her. Big Fat OP picks up another kill, pretty much just padding his stats at this point. Ults them off of the spawn pad, picks up another kill, and double kill for him. Psycho Sid falling to Double Lift. No, it was actually a triple kill.
And there we go. That is the ace for Orianna and the win for CLG. They go ahead and take down Absolute Legends.